Before you take your next bite of cheese, there's something you should know, because after 60, the wrong kind can quietly chip away at your bones, strain your heart, or even slow your memory without you realizing it. Welcome to Senior Club, your trusted place for simple, life-changing tips to help you stay strong, independent, and full of energy at every stage of life. If your health and future matter to you, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're talking about something creamy, comforting, and loved in kitchens everywhere, whether it's melting on toast, sprinkled over pasta, or layered into a sandwich. Cheese. Here's the surprising truth: while some cheeses can be a senior's best friend, supporting bones, muscles, heart, and even brain, others can quietly raise dangerous risks and leave you feeling more tired, achy, or sluggish. And the tricky part: many of the worst offenders are the very ones people think are fine to eat every day. In this video, you'll discover the 4 cheeses you should avoid completely after 60, and the 4 you should eat daily to boost strength, protect your heart, and keep your mind sharp. By the time we reach the last one, you'll know exactly how to enjoy cheese without guilt, and how to swap risky choices for revitalizing ones. So grab your cup of tea or coffee, settle in, and let's dive in, because one small change today could help you feel better, move better, and even live longer. Quick flash: a hand reaches into the fridge. Music tightens. A familiar block of cheese comes into view. Stop for a moment. The cheese you're about to eat could be quietly working against your heart, your memory, and your energy, and you'd never know until it's too late. Picture this: you sit down for lunch, slice into your favorite cheese. Smooth, creamy, comforting, thinking you're making a healthy choice. After all, it's full of calcium, right? But after 60, certain cheeses can slowly push up your blood pressure, strain your heart, and even speed up memory decline, while you feel perfectly fine. And here's the kicker: the most dangerous ones are often the very cheeses sitting in senior kitchens right now. The good news: you don't have to give up cheese. When you choose the right ones, you can strengthen your bones, improve digestion, and keep your mind sharp, all while savoring every creamy bite. Today, we'll uncover the 4 cheeses you should avoid completely after 60, and the 4 you should eat every single day to help you stay active, independent, and feeling like yourself for years to come. And trust me, the final cheese on our Eat Daily list is one most people never expect, and it could make all the difference. Scene: morning light spills into a cozy kitchen. A senior couple slices cheese for breakfast. Fade to a hand gripping a stair railing, then a calendar with a forgotten appointment circled. After 60, your body changes in ways you can't always feel until they show up in your everyday life. You might notice feeling winded after a short walk, waking up with stiff joints, or pausing to remember a familiar name. Part of the reason could be sitting right on your breakfast plate. As your digestive enzymes slow, your kidneys and liver work harder, and your heart needs more care. The same cheese you enjoyed freely in your 30s can now quietly raise cholesterol, stiffen arteries, and inflame joints. But cheese doesn't have to be the enemy. The right varieties bring creamy flavor along with bone-strengthening calcium, quality protein, and healthy fats that protect your brain and heart. The key is knowing which cheeses help you stay strong, and which ones quietly chip away at your energy, mobility, and memory. And in a moment, we'll start with the first cheese that might be in your fridge right now, one that looks harmless but could be silently straining your heart with every bite. Scene: golden orange processed cheese slices stacked in their plastic wrappers. A kettle whistles softly. Fingers peel open a wrapper, the cheese bending slightly. Cheese number 1, and one of the most harmful after 60, is processed American cheese slices. They melt like a dream, taste comforting, and bring back memories of family breakfasts, but for your heart, circulation, and joints, they can be one of the harshest choices you can make. Here's why: these slices aren't pure cheese. They're made with milk, solids, emulsifiers, dyes, and a heavy dose of sodium to keep them shelf stable. One single slice can pack nearly 300 milligrams of sodium, more than your body needs in a snack. and the kind that forces your heart to pump harder while quietly stiffening your arteries. Take Arthur, 72, from Minnesota. He thought his morning grilled cheese was harmless: 2 slices of bread, 2 slices of processed cheese, a pat of butter. It sizzled in the pan, the cheese stretching between bites, and it felt like comfort on a plate. But at his last checkup, his doctor found his blood pressure at its highest and early kidney strain setting in. The quiet culprit, that little sandwich, with more salt than a small bag of chips, eaten every day. When Arthur switched to a naturally low-sodium cheese and whole grain bread, within months his energy returned, his ankles stopped swelling, and his blood pressure eased down. The lesson: you don't have to give up the joy of cheese, you just need to avoid the traps that steal your strength quietly over time. And next, we'll look at a cheese that may be doing even more silent harm, especially to your memory. Scene: a wedge of creamy blue vein cheese on a wooden board. The camera glides closer, highlighting the marbled mold. A faint, earthy aroma seems to rise from the screen. Cheese number 2, blue cheese and other strong-aged, mold-ripened cheeses. They may smell earthy, taste rich, and turn an ordinary salad into something fit for a fine restaurant, but after 60, they can carry 2 hidden dangers most people never hear about. First, they're packed with saturated fat that can drive up LDL, the bad cholesterol, faster in older adults. As we age, the liver clears excess cholesterol more slowly, so it lingers in the blood like water stuck in a slow drain, building up where it shouldn't. Second, mold-ripened cheeses contain tyramine, a natural compound that can trigger sudden spikes in blood pressure or pounding headaches, especially in people taking certain medications like MAO inhibitors or some antidepressants. Take Evelyn, 69, a retired teacher from Australia. Every night, she'd savor a small plate of crackers, figs, and a generous wedge of blue cheese, thinking it was a gourmet but healthy treat. But then came the dizzy spells when standing, the late-night headaches that felt like a drumbeat in her temples. Her doctor traced it back to tyramine, a perfect storm with her medication, like a spark in a dry forest. When she swapped her blue cheese for a mild, creamy ricotta, the dizzy spells eased within weeks, and she kept her evening ritual without fear. The takeaway: even the most sophisticated cheeses can turn into silent troublemakers with age, especially when they mix badly with the medicines keeping you well. And next, we'll uncover a cheese that might look perfectly innocent in your fridge, but for seniors, it can quietly weaken your bones instead of strengthening them. Scene: a sunny breakfast table. A senior man butters toast, sprinkles pale yellow shredded cheese on top, and slides it into the toaster oven. The cheese bubbles, turns golden, and releases a warm, savory aroma. Cheese number 3, pre-shredded packaged cheese. It's convenient, familiar, and melts beautifully, but for seniors, it comes with hidden downsides you won't see on the front of the bag. Pre-shredded cheese is coated with anti-caking agents like cellulose powder or potato starch to keep it from clumping. While safe in small amounts, they can slightly reduce how much bone-strengthening calcium your body absorbs, and because shredded cheese is so easy to sprinkle, it's easy to eat more than you realize, which means more sodium, saturated fat, and calories without noticing. Here's the kicker: most shredded cheeses have 15 to 25% more sodium than the same cheese in block form. That extra salt can quietly raise your blood pressure, make your joints feel stiffer, and cause fluid retention issues that often sneak up after 60. Take Walter, 72, from Toronto. He cooked at home daily and loved tossing pre-shredded cheddar into his omelets and grilled cheese sandwiches. The kitchen would fill with that rich, cheesy aroma, and it felt wholesome. But a bone scan revealed early signs of osteopenia. His doctor was puzzled. Walter ate dairy every day. A closer look showed that his processed shredded cheese wasn't giving him the calcium boost he thought. When Walter switched to grating fresh cheese from a block, his calcium levels and bone density improved over time. The lesson: convenience can have a hidden cost, especially when it chips away at the very nutrients that keep your bones, joints, and energy strong. And speaking of hidden costs, The next cheese on our list can raise your risk for dangerous infections, a serious concern for seniors with weaker immune systems. Scene: a cozy dinner party. A platter of soft, creamy cheese with a pale, velvety rind is passed around. Guests murmur as they spread it on crackers, the aroma rich and inviting. Cheese number 4, soft, unpasteurized cheeses. Varieties like Brie, Camembert, certain blue cheeses, and fresh farm cheeses made from raw milk are indulgent, buttery, melt in your mouth with a subtle tang. But for seniors, they can quietly carry a dangerous hitchhiker, Listeria monocytogenes. Listeria is a bacteria that thrives in moist, soft cheeses, and it can grow even in the fridge. For younger, healthy people, it may cause mild food poisoning. But for older adults, it can lead to severe infection, spreading to the bloodstream or even the brain. Eleanor, 68, from Sydney, loved hosting Sunday brunch. One autumn, she set out a beautiful board, brie, fresh berries, crusty bread. 2 days later, she was in the hospital with fever, chills, and muscle aches. The source, unpasteurized brie, she recovered, but her doctor's words stayed with her. At her age, even one exposure could have been fatal if it had gone further. The fix isn't giving up soft cheese, it's choosing pasteurized versions, made under strict safety controls. If it's soft enough to spread and comes from a market or small farm, always ask if it's pasteurized before eating. Now that we've covered the 4 cheeses to limit or avoid, it's time to flip the script, because some cheeses can actively help protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and even sharpen your mind. And the first one is a creamy classic most people think is off limits, but for seniors, it might be one of the smartest choices you can make. Scene: soft morning light spills across a wooden kitchen counter. The camera glides past heavy, waxy cheeses, then lands on a small plate of fresh, creamy white slices, glistening as if just cut. After hearing the 4 cheeses to avoid, here's the good news: you don't have to give up cheese to protect your heart, your memory, or your joints. Some cheeses are not only safe, they're actually good for you, especially after 60. They can help keep your bones strong, your blood pressure steady, and even sharpen your recall, all while letting you savor every creamy, satisfying bite. Picture this: a smooth, mild cheese with a gentle nutty edge that melts softly on your tongue, with a freshness that's been keeping hearts young for generations in sunlit Mediterranean kitchens. And the first one on our must-eat list, chances are, it's sitting quietly in your grocery store right now, waiting to help you live longer, feel stronger, and enjoy your meals even more. You'll want to hear why. Scene: close-up of a soft, white block of fresh mozzarella on a wooden board. A knife glides through effortlessly, the cheese moist and slightly springy. Beside it, a small dish of golden olive oil catches the light. Let's start our must-eat list with a heart-friendly classic, fresh mozzarella. This cheese is lower in sodium than most aged varieties, making it gentler on your blood pressure and heart. It's rich in calcium too, strengthen bones, and packed with high-quality protein to help maintain muscle, a key to staying active after 60. Even better, it delivers these benefits without the heavy saturated fats that can clog arteries, and because its milk proteins are easy to digest, especially in part skim or buffalo milk versions, it's kinder to your system, too. Picture this: slices of fresh mozzarella layered with ripe, juicy tomatoes, drizzled with extra virgin olive oil, and topped with fresh basil. The mild creaminess, the aroma of basil, the burst of tomato sweetness, all in a dish that's as good for your heart as it is for your taste buds. So here's a quick question for you: if you could enjoy fresh mozzarella right now, would you pair it with tomatoes, roasted vegetables, or a whole grain cracker? Share your pick in the comments. You might just inspire someone's next healthy lunch. Scene transition from Module 8, the camera pulls back from fresh mozzarella to reveal a wedge of pale, firm Swiss with its signature holes. A curl of steam drifts from a nearby sandwich. If mozzarella was our gentle, heart-friendly starter, the next cheese is your brain and bone bodyguard, and it's quietly missing from many seniors' diets. This is Swiss cheese, nutty, mellow, and instantly recognizable, but Its real power is what's inside. It's one of the richest sources of vitamin B12, a nutrient many seniors are low in without knowing it. Low B12 can creep up quietly, showing as brain fog, low energy, tingling in your hands or feet, or even subtle balance problems. Swiss also builds your bone shield, calcium and phosphorus, working together to keep bones dense and teeth strong. Add to that its naturally lower sodium and lactose levels, and you've got a cheese that's both heart-smart and digestion-friendly. Now picture this, a golden, gently toasted whole grain sandwich. The bread warm from the pan, layered with fresh spinach and a juicy slice of tomato, topped with bubbling Swiss that stretches in soft, savory strands. The nutty aroma rises with each bite, pure comfort, but working for your health. So tell me, if you had Swiss cheese right now, would you melt it over veggies, tuck it into an omelet, or enjoy it plain? Share your pick below. You might give another senior the idea that helps them feel sharper and stronger. Flow from Module 9. The camera shifts from golden, melted Swiss to a bright bowl of white, creamy curds beside fresh fruit. And if Swiss cheese is your bone and brain shield, the next one is your gut's best friend. And when your gut is strong, your digestion, immunity, and even your energy and mood get a daily boost. This is cottage cheese, light, creamy, and packed with protein that helps preserve and rebuild muscle, especially important after 60 when muscle naturally starts to fade. But here's the part many seniors don't realize. Cottage cheese is rich in probiotics, those friendly bacteria that keep digestion smooth, immunity sharp, and your mind more balanced. Just half a cup can give you steady energy without the sugar spikes or mid-morning crash, plus potassium to help balance fluids and keep your blood pressure in a healthy range. Eat it regularly, and you may notice your digestion feels calmer, your energy more even, and your overall vitality a little stronger within weeks. Picture this, a chilled bowl of soft, springy curds topped with ripe peach slices, their golden juice glistening in the light. The sweetness of the fruit mingles with the cool, mild tang of the cheese, and you can almost feel your body saying, "Thank you." So tell me, when was the last time you had cottage cheese? Do you enjoy it with fresh fruit, a sprinkle of cinnamon, or stirred into a savory dish? Share your favorite. It might just become another senior's healthy go-to. Flow from Module 10. The camera pulls back from cottage cheese with peaches to a vibrant platter of roasted vegetables, steam curling into the air. And while cottage cheese works quietly to keep your gut, muscles, and energy steady, this next cheese can help protect your heart, brain, and independence all at once, something that matters more than ever after 60. This is Feta cheese, crumbly, tangy, and one of the oldest cheeses still made in the traditional way. For seniors, Feta's strength lies in its lighter sodium and fat load compared to most aged cheeses, plus a power trio of calcium, vitamin B2, and CLA, a healthy fatty acid linked to sharper brain function and better heart health. Feta also brings probiotics to the table, which can calm inflammation, keep digestion smooth, and help you feel lighter and more energetic. And because it's so flavorful, just a sprinkle over your meal delivers a burst of taste without piling on salt or calories. Picture this, a plate of warm roasted zucchini, peppers, and tomatoes, glistening with golden olive oil. You crumble over snowy white chunks of feta, and as they melt slightly into the vegetables, that salty tangy aroma rises. The first bite is soft yet crumbly, creamy yet sharp, a flavor that transforms the whole dish while quietly working to keep your heart, bones, and brain strong. So tell me, do you usually enjoy feta in a salad, or have you tried it over roasted vegetables or in an omelet? Share your favorite way. Might be the heart-healthy idea another senior is waiting for. Flow from Module 11. The roasted vegetable platter with feta fades to a fresh plate of colorful greens, whole grain bread, and a small wedge of cheese. Closing parenthesis. And now that you know which cheeses can truly support your health after 60, let's make sure you enjoy them in a way that gives you all the benefits without any hidden downsides. Cheese can be one of your best health allies, but only if the portion and pairing are right. For most seniors, that means 1 to 2 ounces a day, about the size of 2 adult thumbs pressed together. That's enough to strengthen your bones and muscles without weighing you down with excess calories or saturated fat. Pairing matters just as much as portion. Think of the perfect plate as a power trio. Fresh vegetables, their fiber helps steady blood sugar and supports heart health. Whole grains keep energy stable and prevent midday crash. Healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, or avocado boost absorption of the fat-soluble vitamins in cheese. And here's what to skip: pairing it with processed meats, deep-fried foods, or sugary breads. These can undo the benefits by triggering inflammation, pushing up blood pressure, and leaving you bloated or sluggish for hours. Many visual. Imagine your cheese as the star and your plate as the stage. Surround it with bright vegetables, nutty whole grains, and golden, healthy fats, and the whole show is uplifting and energizing. Put it next to greasy meats or sugar-laden pastries, and the story turns into a slow motion tragedy for your arteries. Quick question: when you enjoy cheese, do you pair it with bread, veggies, or something else? Share below. Your answer might give another senior a new, healthier favorite. The best cheese at the wrong time can actually work against you, and most seniors don't even know it. Here's something lifelong cheese lovers rarely think about: your body doesn't absorb cheese's nutrients the same way at every hour, and for seniors, that difference can mean stronger bones, sharper memory, and steadier energy, or missed benefits and slower recovery. Morning advantage: taste, feel, and function. In the morning, your digestion is fresh and ready. Imagine soft, creamy mozzarella melting slightly over warm whole grain toast, layered with juicy tomato slices and a drizzle of golden olive oil. It's delicious, and it helps stabilize blood sugar, fuel your muscles, and keep your mind sharp so you start the day confident, steady, and ready to move. Midday muscle boost, sensory plus urgency. Missed breakfast. Midday is your next best chance. Picture a crisp salad of peppery arugula, crunchy walnuts, sweet cherry tomatoes, and tiny crumbles of feta. This keeps you full, calms inflammation, and helps joints feel looser into the afternoon. But skip this window and you miss your best anti-inflammatory boost of the day. Evening caution: relatable pain plus positive contrast. Late at night, your digestion slows. Heavy, salty cheese can leave you waking with puffy hands, stiff ankles, and restless sleep. But choose right, like a light bowl of ricotta with fresh berries, and you'll wake feeling lighter, steadier, and ready to move without morning sluggishness. Medication timing tip. Memorable example: if you take medications like thyroid pills or certain blood pressure drugs, cheese too close can block absorption. Calcium competes with the medicine. Simple fix: leave it to 2-4-hour gap so both the cheese and the medication can work at their best. Many visual metaphor: think of your day like a garden. In the morning, the soil is rich and moist, nutrients sinking deeply. By night, the soil is tired and dry, and even the best seeds struggle to take root. When do you usually enjoy cheese? Morning, midday, or evening? How do you feel afterward? Share your experience in the comments. Your answer might help someone else make their best choice. And now that you know the best time to eat cheese, I'll show you the single biggest daily tweak that can completely transform how your body uses it. The way you eat cheese this week could quietly shape how you move, think, and feel for the next decade, and most people don't even realize it. Right now, you're standing at a fork in the road. One path feels familiar. You keep eating cheese the way you always have, without thinking much about timing, portions, or pairings. It feels easier, until one day you notice your knees ache after a short walk. You skip outings because your balance feels off, or you forget the name of someone you've known for years. It happens so slowly you barely notice, until it's too late to ignore. Sensory and emotional future number 1. Ignore the advice. Picture it: you're sitting at the table with your family, smiling at the conversation, but deep down you're wishing you could join them for a post-dinner walk. Your legs feel heavy, your energy fades by mid-afternoon, and hobbies you love: gardening, walking the dog, even cooking start to feel like chores. You're not choosing to slow down. Your body is choosing for you. Sensory and emotional future number 2. Act now. Now picture the other path. Starting today, you treat cheese like the health ally it can be. The right types, at the right times, in the right amounts. Weeks from now, you're walking through the park without thinking about your knees. You carry groceries without stopping to rest. You're laughing with friends over lunch, fully present, knowing every bite is helping you stay strong, steady, and sharp. Mini story for connection. A senior club viewer named Margaret, 72, told me she swapped her evening salty cheese snacks for a lighter midday pairing from one of our past videos. Her words, "I thought it was such a small thing, but now I sleep better, my ankles don't swell, and I've even started dancing again." At church socials, this isn't about giving up foods you love, it's about choosing the version that loves you back. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel the difference. Which path will you choose, the one where you wake up ready for the day, or the one where small habits slowly chip away at your independence? And why? Your reason might inspire someone else to choose better today. Curiosity bridge to next module. If you're ready to take that first step, the next 7 days can be your turning point. I'll walk you through exactly how to do it in a simple, doable challenge. 7 days from now, you could feel lighter, steadier, and more energized, and most people don't realize you can do it without giving up cheese at all. Big health transformations often start with one small, consistent change. So instead of overhauling your entire diet, let's focus on one easy, delicious step you can take right now and stick with for just 1 week. The 7-day plan. Day 1 and 2, awareness and swap. Write down when and how you usually eat cheese. Swap one of your less healthy choices, like processed slices or salty spreads, for a fresh, safe option from our earlier list: mozzarella, cottage cheese, ricotta, or feta. Why it matters. This one change starts lowering hidden salt and saturated fat instantly. Sensory cue. Notice the creaminess, lighter salt, and fresh taste. You're not missing out, you're upgrading. Day 3 and 4, timing and portion mastery. Move your main cheese serving earlier in the day, lunch or mid-afternoon, so your body processes it before bed. Keep portions to about the size of 2 dice per meal. Pair with vegetables or whole grains for better digestion and nutrient use. Why it matters. You'll have more stable energy and less nighttime bloating. Day 5, add a power pair. Try a cheese plus fruit combo: cottage cheese with berries, feta with watermelon, or ricotta with sliced pear. Why it matters. Adds antioxidants and fiber, boosting heart and brain health. Day 6, remove the sneaky salt. If buying prepackaged cheese, rinse crumbled feta or mozzarella in cold water to remove excess brine. Notice the fresher, cleaner taste. Why it matters. Cuts unnecessary sodium that raises blood pressure. Day 7, reflection and reward. Write down changes you notice, maybe less bloating, more energy, better sleep, or sharper focus. Reward yourself with something non-food related you enjoy: a fresh bouquet, a new book, a walk in your favorite spot. Mini story for connection. John, 68, joined this challenge feeling tired and a little skeptical. By day 5, he noticed he didn't feel sluggish after lunch. By day 7, his blood pressure had improved, enough for his doctor to ask, "What have you changed?" All John did was follow this cheese challenge. You're not depriving yourself, you're proving to your body that you care enough to choose what helps it, not harms it. And once you see what's possible in just 7 days, you might not want to go back. If you're in, type "I'm starting the cheese challenge" in the comments. And let's check in next week to celebrate together. Curiosity bridge to next module. Even the best habits get questioned, and next, we'll tackle the biggest myths about cheese that could be quietly holding you back. Right now, you might be avoiding cheese for all the wrong reasons, or eating it in a way that quietly chips away at your health. And the tricky part. These common truths about cheese have been repeated for so long, they sound believable. After decades of habits, it's easy to hold on to old food rules, even if they're wrong. If you've ever tried to eat healthier but hit a wall, chances are a myth was standing in your way. Let's clear them up so nothing slows your progress. Myth number 1, all cheese is bad for heart health. Reality, not all cheese is created equal. Processed cheeses and those high in saturated fat can strain the heart, but fresh, low-sodium options like mozzarella, ricotta, or cottage cheese can actually support it, with calcium, potassium, and quality protein. Mini story: Mary, 72, gave up cheese for years thinking it was dangerous. She missed her favorite meals once she switched to fresh mozzarella. Not only did she enjoy salads again, her cholesterol improved because she replaced processed snacks with real, nourishing food. Myth number 2, low-fat cheese is always better. Reality, many low-fat cheeses are filled with additives that upset digestion and dull flavor, leading to overeating. A small portion of full flavor cheese is often healthier and more satisfying. Sensory cue: picture a creamy slice of fresh mozzarella melting into a sweet tomato, so rich you only need a little to feel content. Myth number 3, cheese weakens bones because it's acidic. Reality, high-quality cheese is actually one of the best sources of calcium and phosphorus, essential for strong bones, especially after 60. Relatable moment: if you've worried about fractures or felt more unsteady lately, the right cheese can be a daily tool for building a stronger foundation. Myth number 4, I've eaten the same cheese all my life, so I don't need to change now. Reality, as we age, digestion and metabolism shift. What worked at 40 may not serve you at 70. Updating your cheese choices now can mean more energy, easier digestion, and fewer health risks. Mini urgency: every year you stick with high sodium or processed cheeses, your body works harder to keep up until it can't. Troubleshooting common challenges: I don't know which cheese to buy. Look for short ingredient lists: milk, salt, enzymes. Skip anything with artificial colors or long chemical names. It's too expensive to buy fresh cheese all the time. Buy in small blocks, wrap in wax paper, store in a container, and freeze small portions to reduce waste. I'm lactose intolerant. Choose aged cheeses: cheddar, Parmesan, or lactose-free. Mozzarella and cottage cheese. Cheese upsets my stomach. Pair with vegetables or whole grains to slow digestion and avoid eating cheese alone on an empty stomach. Once you drop the myths and fix these small roadblocks, cheese becomes simple, guilt-free, and genuinely good for you. You're not giving something up, you're choosing the version that loves you back. Which of these myths did you believe before today? Drop your answer in the comments. You might be surprised how many others thought the same. Curiosity bridge to next module. And now that you know the truth, I'll show you easy ways to save time, money, and effort, so eating the right cheese feels natural, even on your busiest days. If you've ever thought eating cheese in a healthy way was too expensive or too much work, especially when caring for yourself or someone else, you're not alone. But here's the thing: the sooner you try these simple tricks, the more money you'll save this month while making meals safer, tastier, and easier for both you and your caregiver. Healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated or costly. With a few smart changes, you can enjoy delicious cheese without stretching your budget and make mealtime gentler for anyone helping you. Tip 1. Buy small blocks instead of pre-shredded. Why it saves and helps. Pre-shredded cheese costs more and often has anti-caking powders that dull taste and slow melting. Caregiver frame. A small block can be pre-sliced or cubed once a week by a caregiver, so you always have safe, ready-to-use portions without handling knives daily. Sensory. That fresh, milky aroma when you cut into a block, richer and creamier than any bagged version. Tip 2. Shop markdown sections and freeze for later. Why it saves and helps. Many stores mark down mozzarella, feta, or ricotta close to the sell-by date, perfectly fine if used quickly or frozen. Caregiver frame. Caregivers can pre-portion into freezer bags for quick grab-and-go meals. Urgency. One markdown trip can save up to 25% on your cheese bill this month. Sensory. Imagine opening the freezer to find perfectly portioned packs. No cutting, no fuss. Tip 3. Pair with low-cost nutrient boosters. Why it saves and helps. Spinach, carrots, oats, and brown rice are inexpensive but round out the nutrition, making smaller cheese portions more filling. Caregiver frame, batch prep veggie packs or grain bowls so seniors just add cheese and eat. Sensory, warm brown rice with a swirl of ricotta, the steam carrying that fresh dairy scent. Tip for use cheese as a flavor accent, not the main event. Why it saves and helps. A sprinkle of Parmesan or crumble of Feta adds richness without excess sodium or cost. Caregiver frame, easier to measure in small, consistent amounts. Sensory, sharp, nutty Parmesan melting over warm vegetables. Mid-video prompt for retention. Which of these first 4 tips could you start today? Tell me in the comments, your idea might help someone else. Tip 5. Pre-slice and portion for easy access. Why it saves and helps. Reduces waste and removes barriers for those with arthritis, vision changes, or shaky hands. Caregiver frame, prepping a week's portions at once means no daily struggle with packaging or sharp tools. Sensory, smooth, thin slices neatly stacked in a container. Tip 6. Store cheese correctly. Why it saves and helps. Proper wrapping or airtight containers prevent mold, keeping cheese fresher longer. Caregiver frame, label with dates so no one has to guess what's safe. Sensory, cheese that stays firm, aromatic, and flavorful to the last bite. Tip 7. Build no-cook cheese meal kits. Why it saves and helps. Perfect for low-energy days or when time is short. Caregiver frame, pre-assembled kits with greens, cheese slices, and fruit. Mean a nutritious plate in seconds. Sensory, the crisp snap of lettuce, creamy cheese, and sweet grapes. All in one easy-to-open box. Just imagine, a week from now, you're enjoying fresh, flavorful cheese every day without overspending or exhausting yourself. And if you're a caregiver, you'll see smiles, hear sighs of relief, and know you're making healthy eating easier without adding to your workload. Small steps like these aren't just about saving money, they're about preserving comfort, dignity, and the joy of good food. One choice can change everything. Think back to when you first learned that some of your favorite cheeses might actually be stealing your energy, stiffening your joints, or fogging your memory. Now, imagine holding a slice of that creamy, salty cheese, the one you now know to avoid, and swapping it for a smooth, fresh, heart-healthy option that supports your bones and keeps you steady on your feet. You can almost taste the difference, light, clean, and nourishing, instead of heavy, greasy, and draining. This isn't just about what's on your plate, it's about what's ahead for you. Every week you delay, the wrong choices keep chipping away at your strength, but starting today, every swap you make builds you up. Instead, stronger legs, steadier balance, and clearer mornings. And it's not just a store choice anymore. Picture it, you're at the market, reaching for the cheese that matches your new health goals. And later, at home, it's melting over fresh vegetables or layered in a warm sandwich that fuels you without weighing you down. The moment you put it in your cart is the same moment you've already invested in a healthier, more vibrant future. Because this is now part of your identity, you're not just someone who eats cheese. You're someone who chooses the ones that protect your independence, your comfort, and your joy. The longer you live in that identity, the stronger and more confident you become. And next time, we'll explore another everyday food you probably have in your kitchen that can either speed up or slow down the progress you've just made. So stay with me. Your next chapter of health doesn't start in some far-off future. It starts with the next bite you take. Every time you swap a heavy, harmful cheese for one that fuels your heart, steadies your balance, and keeps your mind clear, you're not just eating, you're protecting the life you've worked so hard to build. Picture this: 1 month from today, you wake up without that heavy, bloated feeling after breakfast. You move to the kitchen and feel lighter on your feet. You catch your reflection and notice a small, proud smile. Because you've been taking care of yourself in a way that truly matters. That's what we're about here at Senior Club, not quick fixes, but choices that build strength, confidence, and independence over time. If today's video gave you something valuable, hit subscribe now so you never miss the next step in your journey. and share this with someone you care about, because when we make the right choices together, the impact multiplies. Stay strong, stay healthy. And remember, every choice you make at the store, at the table, and in your kitchen is one more step toward a longer, happier, more independent life. In our next video, we'll uncover another everyday food that can either boost your energy or silently drain it, depending on how you use it. See you there.